It's week 2 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Browns and the Pats, next on Madden Football.
From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right?
2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. First play from scrimmage, Watson going to throw it. And his first pass is incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Well, you look at this Patriots defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw, Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
Holding offense.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Off of play action, it's Watson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Oh, what a move. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Patriots take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll throw with Maye. That is caught, and he will have a Patriots first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. The Patriots had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road, but now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
To the air, Maye. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You look at this Browns defense. They come into play number 12 in the NFL against the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of carries, 112 yards.
So coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well, their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
Escapes the sack, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Fights him off. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Maye. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Into the hands of Smith-Schuster on the crossing pattern. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The tight end Henry here in motion. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Maye. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
To throw, it's Maye. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Throwing here is Maye. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. Now a 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Juju in motion left. Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And this one is right through. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now Watson gets this over the middle to Tillman. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, you know, that extra emphasis on it, got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down, Cleveland.
Now it's Watson. Throw left side, he's got Tillman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
First down, Browns.
Here's Watson. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
At the Patriots' 39-yard line.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Able to slip. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. In our stat pack every week, there's 2 columns for fumbles. FF for forced fumble, FR for fumble recovered. He's got the FR going. He recovered 2 last week and another one now.
And I know the FF guy, the guy who forced the fumble, is going to get major kudos for knocking the ball free. But it doesn't really matter if you don't have the FR guy coming in, swooping in, and getting the ball. That means he's around the football, able to make a play.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he goes out right around the 39. Here is 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now back to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Watson. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
New England's offense set to go. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They're going to look to throw. That's complete. Demario Douglas with it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 34.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action now. Maye. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. But that's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, it's Maye. Short pass caught by Henry. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Cleveland offense making their way out. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's got this way down inside of New England's 10-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 59 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns have taken the lead. Well, that was a quick hitter drive. They had the huge play to get him down near the goal line, and then they run it in. I don't know that the defense ever had a chance to catch their breath.
A lot of the time now when we see people hit big plays, and each team defines a big play their own way, 10, 15-yard gains. In this case, it was a huge gain. They often want to hurry up and go right away. Keep the momentum going, hit them again, and I think we just saw that there. The second play resulted in pay dirt.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Patriots ready to get the football back. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2nd and 5.
At the 34-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. Open man is born. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
That's good for our Patriots.
From the shotgun, it's Maye. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down. From the shotgun, Maye with it. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll run with ETN. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Patriots are once again back in front.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Here's 3rd and 9. To throw is Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, That means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. He finds Douglas complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. In motion right goes Smith-Schuster. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll throw with Maye. Short pass caught by Henry. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To the air, Maye. And he slings one that's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they go play action with Maye. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Short pass caught by Henry. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16 to 10. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Browns set to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Watson now to throw. He's got Njoku over the middle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They go up the middle with Chubb. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Watson. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The offense on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Watson. And that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Offense gets set to go, and there's Ramondre Stevenson. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. ETN up the middle. Gets past one man. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From the gun, it's Stevenson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. 3rd down and 10. To throw, it's Maye. Setting up a screen for Stevenson. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. Here's Bryce Behringer now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. 3rd and 12. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. This is the tight end, Njoku. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that's incomplete. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jaden Daniels, a touchdown pass in the victory. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Well, the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with this defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Here's 3rd and 10.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw, Maye. They set up the screen for Stevenson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and a yard. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
False start, offense.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Off play action. McCall. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down. And Chubb will try the middle here. Broken tackle. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
Now the extra point. It's up and good, and they take the lead by a point, 17-16. So this drive spans 7 plays, and Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The Pats at the line ready to go. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year #2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
So here are the Browns to take over. They fell last week to the Jets, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive. Throwing to start the drive. McCall. This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. McCall. Flush to his right. And he will slide down with a good gain. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Back to throw. McCall. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Patriots offense and Drake Maye headed back onto the field. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
False start. Offense.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Throwing here is Maye. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Here's Maye. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league. They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so. And I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is, how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They begin this drive with Chubb. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 56 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Looking to throw. McCall. He's got his running back out of the backfield. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Again, they turn to Ford. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. You're down on the scoreboard, and this is not what you want to see. 99 yards of field in front of you.
Yeah, and it just shows how important a good punter can be and how that person can really help out a team. Guarantee you his agent can be taking that video clip in on the next contract negotiation, don't you think?
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Straight ahead at Stevenson. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Back to throw here. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The slot man in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. He's got it to the 43 here.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 8. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
His throw incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Browns getting set to go. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15.
Offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Following the penalty, Chubb. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone, and that's a defensive touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. They'll try and run it in, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their two-point lead. And the failure to convert and tie the game, now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down one. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Up past the 30, second down coming up.
Holding. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Back to throw. McCall. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. In motion, the tight end. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. A give running right is Chubb. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding. Offense.
And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. Looking to throw. McCall. This ball taken in here by Brooks. Ooh, with a juke. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's third down. Back to throw. McCall. And that's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a fourth down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Defense.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. They run it again with Chubb.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 79 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a first down as well. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. McCall.
And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
Well, penalties don't usually hurt as much as that one does. That is a monster gain wiped out by the flag.
And you and I both know that an offense only gets a couple of those big moments in a normal game. You've got to take advantage of them. And when you give one away because of an avoidable penalty, that's a major disadvantage. Just steals away every bit of momentum you just generated with that play.
They give to Chubb out of the gun. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Back to throw. McCall. He finds his man, complete. It's Ford. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
The Patriots ready to try again on offense.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
At the 15-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
From the shotgun, Maye with it.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
From the gun, it's Maye. And that'll be incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
They'll throw with Maye.
And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
The Browns offense and their star running back Nick Chubb getting set to take over once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Fighting this, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Fights off the defender. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So the Patriots coming out now. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a Patriot 1st down on a pickup of 16.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
To the air, Maye.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
They'll run with ETN.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
To throw, it's Maye. Screenplay, here's ETN.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Throwing to start the drive, McCall. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
And they'll bring Judy in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Operating from the gun, McCall. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 37. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a Browns 1st down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory.
1st down, Cleveland.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I'll tell you what, it has not been with a whole lot of frequency over the last couple of decades or so that teams have come into New England and escaped with a victory, but that's what happened here.
It almost doesn't feel real, does it?
We've seen it so few times.
That actually happened, right? We saw it. They came out of there with a win. And on the other side, in that locker room, you know what they're saying? We didn't really lose. Time just ran out on us. That's the attitude they have because they don't see it happen very often, not even sure how to handle it.
And you see some stunned faces heading for the exits here in New England. So for the Browns, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.